Journalists need not worry about Digital Security Act. World leaders like to see return of present government, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at a news conference. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to inaugurate a 3-day National Development Fair tomorrow. Awami League public relations campaign continues across country, called to stay alert against anti-state conspiracies. Francis Arnold, George Smith and Gregory Winter trio win this year's Nobel Prize in Chemistry. And in Bangabandhu Gold Cup International Football Tournament in Sylhet, Philippines beat Laos 3-1. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I'm Tanzila Manar Sultan, welcoming you all to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center.
And I am Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui with you. You just heard the headlines. Moving on to the details of those and other stories. The Cabinet has approved the recommendations for scrapping the quota system for officers in public service recruitment of first and second class. The approval was given in the weekly meeting of the Cabinet held with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair at the Prime Minister's office in Dhaka today. At the meeting, the Cabinet gave final approval to the draft of the Customs Act 2018. The Cabinet also approved the drafts of the Gold Policy 2018 and National Environment Policy 2018. Besides, the Cabinet approved the proposal for amendment to the agreement signed between India and Bangladesh on orbit frequency coordination of South Asia satellite and the draft of the amended agreement. The Cabinet adopted a resolution congratulating the Prime Minister for receiving the International Achievement Award from the Interpress Service and a special recognition for Outstanding Leadership Award from the Global Hope Recognition Coalition during this year's UN General Assembly session. The Cabinet also adopted an obituary reference at the death of Penal Mayor of Dhaka North City Corporation, Mohammad Usman Goni. After the meeting, briefing reporters at the Secretariat, Cabinet Secretary Mohammad Shafiul Alam said these. He said from now on, all recruitment from grade 9 to grade 13 in government services will be completely based on merit. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said her party would remain in office if the people voted to power in the next election, while it does not bank on any force abroad for retaining power. Her government depends on the people, not any outside force, to remain in power, the Prime Minister told a press conference at Gono Bhavan on her return home from the UN General Assembly. The Premier's press conference was also largely featured by the issue of Digital Security Act, while she said no journalist sticking to objective journalism should be worried about the Digital Security Act. She said if a journalist or newspaper does not publish false reports against anybody or mislead people, should not be worried about the law. At the press conference, the Premier said that her government had been able to brighten the image of Bangladesh by playing a strong role in the just held 73rd United Nations General Assembly in New York. The Prime Minister said no world leader has given her any advice on next election. Rather, they wished her to come back to power again and meet them in the next UNGA. Replying to a question on how much she was hopeful about repatriation of the Rohingyas, the Prime Minister said Myanmar has signed the agreement to take them back and consultation is going on to this end. The Prime Minister said the countrymen want election and they are eagerly waiting for the polls, but it's the decision of the political parties whether they would come to the election or not, she added. The Prime Minister said people of the country want continuation of the development and they believe that only boat, election symbol of Awami League, can do this.
President Mohammad Abdul Hamid has urged all concerned to promote the country's traditional culture by collecting its different scattered elements from different corners and expand it at home and abroad. The President made the call while inaugurating the International Folklore Festival 2018 at Muktirpara ground in Netrokona district this afternoon. The Greater Mymensingh Cultural Forum organized the festival with the participation of noted folklore researchers and scholars of different countries. President Abdul Hamid said Bangladesh is advancing towards tremendous development under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and the development trend is also visible in the fields of art, literature, culture right now. The President believed that this International Folklore Festival would help develop quality of country's history, customs and lifestyle in the days to come. President Abdul Hamid said rapid expansion of satellite culture is influencing the cultures of different countries and nations as well. He stressed on avoiding bad elements of satellite culture and accepting good things of it. Post Telecommunications and Information Technology Minister Mustafa Jabbar, Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports Arif Khan Joy, Chief Coordinator for SDG Affairs at the Prime Minister's Office Abul Kalam Azad, Prime Minister's Office Secretary Muhammad Sajjadul Hasan, Bishwa Bharati University Vice Chancellor Professor Shobuj Koli Sen and eminent folk researcher Professor Jotin Sarkar among others spoke at the function. A cultural function was staged on the occasion. Later, President Abdul Hamid laid the foundation stone of Sheikh Kamal IT Training and Incubation Center in Netrokona town. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid also exchanged views with people, representatives and elite of the society at Netrokona Circuit House. During the meeting, they highlighted various local problems and sought the President's cooperation in this regard. A delegation of journalists from 43 countries called on Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary at her Parliament office under the Visit Bangladesh program. During the meeting, they discussed different issues including parliamentary democracy, parliamentary decorum, women empowerment and the Rohingya crisis. The Speaker said Bangladesh is the global role model of women empowerment in the fields of economy and politics. She said the 10th Parliament is working effectively when common parliamentarians are holding chairmanship of parliamentary standing committees apart from the ministers. In addition, the opposition is also playing effective role through constructive criticism of the government. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary said Bangladesh is marching ahead under the strong leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Under her leadership, the country will graduate to developed status by 2041, beating hunger, poverty and discrimination, hoped the Speaker. Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Muhid said the present government has set a target to reduce the rate of poverty by 1.6 to 1.8% a year through inclusive economy. The minister said this while addressing a seminar titled Development of Bangladesh Economy Achievements and Potentialities. Notre Dame University Bangladesh organized the seminar at its campus today, presided over by University VC Professor Dr. Father Patrick Daniel Gaffney, Bangladesh Bank Governor Fazli Kabir and Economics Department Chairman of the University Dr. Muhammad Azizur Rahman also spoke in the seminar. The Finance Minister said that the number of poor people came down to 3.5 crore now from 4 crore in 2009, the years Awami League took office. He also said currently less than 25% of the total population live below poverty line, which the Finance Minister hoped would come down to 1% by 2024. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir has said rule of law and democracy is not safe in the hands of a party which made falsehood to the countrymen, quoting the UN Secretary General. He said these while addressing a rally at a New Market area in the capital today. New Market Thana Awami League President Joshimuddin Ahmed chaired the rally, which was also attended by Sheikh Fazle-Nur Taposh MP, Awami League Information and Research Affairs Secretary Afzal Hussain, Labour and Manpower Affairs Secretary Habibur Rahman Shiraj, Publicity and Publications Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood and Joint General Secretary Abdur Rahman. Ubadul Qadir said BNP is conspiring to create violence and subversive activities in the country to mark the next general election. He urged the countrymen to be aware about the conspiracies of communal evil forces. Awami League leaders conducted a mass campaign in the capital for the third day today. They urged party leaders and workers to be united against all conspiracies. Awami League Joint General Secretary Jahangir Kobi Nanok distributed leaflets among the people at Shamuli, Adabor area. Awami League organizing secretaries Khalid Mahmood Chaudhary and Ahmed Hussain, among others, spoke at the rally organized as part of mass campaign program. Chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Information Ministry, A.K.M. Rahmatullah, conducted mass campaign at Bhatara area. He also addressed a rally organized on the occasion. Bhatara Thana Awami League President Ishaq Mia chaired the rally, which was also addressed by local Awami League leaders. Awami League leaders urged all to support Sheikh Hasina in the next election to continue ongoing development works. Awami League Joint General Secretary Mahbubul Alam Hanif distributed leaflets among the people at Gulistan area. Awami League organizing secretaries A.F.M. Bahauddin Nasim and A.K.M. Inamul Haq Shamim, among others, were present on the occasion. Mahbubul Alam Hanif said there is no need to discuss BNP's 7-point demand, as most of the countrymen do not support that. Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Deepu Moni has said Bangladesh is progressing fast under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She said these while conducting mass campaign at Mirpur area. Ilyasuddin Mullah chaired the program, which was also attended by Awami League Cultural Affairs Secretary Ashim Kumar Ukil. Information Minister Hassanul Haqqinu has said the Digital Security Act has been adopted to protect women, children, democracy and the state. He said this at a discussion organized marking the 10th founding anniversary of the daily Bangla Razak in the capital today. Editor of the daily, Monwar Hussain Siddiqui, chaired the function, while Jatiyo Jubo Jot President Rukunuzzaman Rukun was present, among others. The Information Minister said democracy has been vindicated time and again by the fire terrorists, Tetul Hujur and patrons of militancy who need to be banished from the political arena.
The 4th Development Fair will begin at the National District and Upazila levels across the country tomorrow, aimed at showcasing the development activities of the government. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is expected to inaugurate the 3-day fair across the country, including the national one in the capital, through video conferencing from her official residence, Ganu Bhavan, tomorrow morning. Deputy Commissioner of Dhaka, Abu Saleh Muhammad Firdaus Khan, said these at a press conference at the International Trade Fair ground at Agargaon in the capital today. He said with the theme Indomitable Bangladesh in Advancement of Development, the fair will showcase the government's development activities and achievements made in the last 10 years. In the capital, the national level fair with 330 stalls will be held at the International Trade Fair ground at Agargaon. During the fair, special focus will be given on Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's 10 special initiatives, international recognitions and successes, Vision 2021 and 2041, ICT development, Bangabandhu Satellite, Podda Bridge project and Rupur Nuclear Power Plant project. The country's investment potentials will also be highlighted. The 3-day fair will also include seminars branding the country's districts, providing different one-stop services to the citizens, and cultural functions. Cultural functions will be held in the fairground in the evening every day, where folk singers and popular artists will perform. The fair will remain open for all from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Now, international news. The 2018 Nobel Prize in Chemistry has been awarded to 3 scientists for their discoveries in enzyme research. American Francis Arnold and George P. Schmidt will share the prize with Brighton Gregory Winter, who is based in Cambridge University, UK. This year's winners used a technique called directed evolution to create new proteins. These have been used in areas as diverse as the manufacture of new drugs and green fuels. Professor Arnold's directed evolution techniques are now routinely used to develop new enzymes. George P. Schmidt and Sir Gregory Winter developed a technique called phage display to evolve new proteins. They used bacteriophages, viruses that infect bacteria, to generate new antibodies, large proteins that are used by the immune system to neutralize harmful bacteria and viruses. Arnold will take 1/2 of the 9 million Swedish krona of Nobel Prize, while Smith and Winter will share the other half. Canada's parliament formally stripped Aung San Suu Kyi of her honorary Canadian citizenship for complicity in the atrocities committed against Myanmar's Rohingya. Aung San Suu Kyi became the first person to have her honorary Canadian citizenship revoked on Tuesday. The Senate voted unanimously to strip Aung San Suu Kyi, Myanmar's civilian leader, of the symbolic honor bestowed on her in 2007. The upper house's move follows a similar unanimous vote in the House of Commons last week. The United Nations fact-finding mission reported last month Myanmar's military has systematically killed thousands of Rohingya civilians, burned hundreds of their villages, and engaged in ethnic cleansing and mass gang rape. It called for top generals to be investigated and persecuted for genocide. The death toll in Indonesia's twin quake tsunami disaster has climbed above 1,400, with time running out of rescued survivors 5 days after the disaster struck. Authorities have appealed for more body bags as rescue teams find more dead bodies from the rubble to try to prevent disease outbreak. The official death toll stands at 1,407, with thousands injured and more than 70,000 displaced from their homes, said National Disaster Agency spokesman. Food, water, fuel and medicine was still slow to reach the hardest hit areas outside the city of Palu on Sulawesi Island, and the UN has warned of vast unmet needs there. Rescue efforts have been hampered by a lack of heavy machinery, severed transport links and the scale of the damage.
Moving on to more national news. Health and Family Welfare Minister Mohammad Naseem has urged the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) to play an active role for hastening Rohingya repatriation. He said this at a meeting with the envoy of Iran, Abbas Vaisi Dehanovi, at his ministry and secretariat in the capital today. State Minister of the Health Ministry Zahid Malik and Secretary of Health Services Division M. Sirajul Haq Khan were present, among others. The Health Minister said the OIC should also work to save the tortured Muslims across the world. Bangladesh and North Korea have reached a consensus to exchange news and television programs between the two countries. This has happened when newly appointed North Korean ambassador to Bangladesh, Park Song-yeop, called on Information Minister Hasanul Haq Inu at the Secretariat today. During the call-on, the North Korean ambassador welcomed Bangladesh Information Minister's proposal to sign agreement between Bangladesh Sangbad Sangstha and Bangladesh Television with North Korea State News Agency and Television. Describing Bangladesh a real friend, the North Korean ambassador said close communication between the two countries will play a conducive role in progressing its development. Liberation War Affairs Minister aka Muzammil Haq has urged all to cast their votes for Awami League to continue country's development under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He made the call while addressing a discussion meeting organized by Bangladesh Mukti Jodha Projonmo League Dhaka City Unit at Bangabandhu Avenue in the capital today. President of the organization, Mohammad Bachchu Shikdar, chaired the discussion, which was also addressed by President of Mukti Jodha Projan Mullik Fatima Jalil Shathi. A.K. Mujammil Haq called upon the countrymen to reject the anti-liberation forces and the corrupts.
And now, sports news. Philippines beat Laos by 3-1 in the lone match of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup International Football Tournament today. Redic scored first goal for Philippines in the 44th minute of the match by a penalty kick at Sylhet District Stadium. Gayoso doubled the margin for the team in the 53rd minute. Bahaduran scored third one for Philippines in the 82nd minute of the match. In the 89th minute, Kongmathilat scored the only goal for Laos. As Laos lost all the two matches in the group stage, Bangladesh placed to the semi-finals of the tournament with one match remaining. To end the bulletin, let's see the top stories once again. Cabinet approves abolition of quota system in first and second class government jobs. Journalists need not worry about Digital Security Act. World leaders like to see return of present government, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at news conference. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to inaugurate 3-day National Development Fair tomorrow. Awami League public relations campaign continues across the country, called to stay alert against anti-state conspiracies. Francis Arnold, George Smith and Gregory Winter trio win this year's Nobel Prize in Chemistry. And in Bangabandhu Gold Cup International Football Tournament in Sylhet, Philippines beat Laos 3-1.
And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.